right, hello. As you guys know, I'm Robert Peters over at NDPC. I'm the CAO, and on our series, we like to go all across the country talking to just innovative superintendents, administrators across the country that are doing some amazing future focus, have amazing future focus programs and initiatives for children. Folks, you are looking at my man, Chris Nesmith. He's out in Elma School District out in Washington. We talked to Peter Finch a couple weeks ago, and now we're talking to Chris about his work. Chris, I see you got your Nola sweatshirt on today, man. Talk to me about it.
This is my Nola Gold sweatshirt. So I spent about 13 years, even up until when I left Yakima, as a high school rugby coach. And it's just one of the, the defining moment of coaching high school boys and high school girls rugby. I mean, there's no greater sport of inclusion and, resiliency of, getting your boys and your girls out there and, learning how to be physical, but then also learning to be safe. And I am wearing my Nola Gold. I'm wearing my Nola Gold because today, Nola Gold out of New Orleans is playing Seattle. Okay. One of my boys, when I was a high school coach in Shelton, Washington, I got my photo pulled up. Today, Nola Gold is playing Seattle right here. Here's my shout out to Nola Gold. And that's a kid named Brian Null. Brian played on my high school rugby team in Shelton, Washington. And what I love about this story is when Brian came out as a 13-year-old, his sister drug him out. And there was no expectations in like 2011, right? There's no scholarships, there's no anything. And then when Brian was like a sophomore, he tried out for the U.S. All-American team and was captain of the USA team. And this kid who had no expectation, but just through passion, got to see the world, got to go to England, and you got to go to South America, and you got to go to Asia, and you got to represent his country. And then when he graduated high school, my old university, Central Washington University, where I played rugby, and I met my wife playing rugby, added full ride scholarships. So then you got to go on. So you got to go on a scholarship. So there's this no expectation, and then he gets the chance to see just passion. Gets to see the world, then gets a scholarship paid for. And then now we're in the 5th year of the MLR, professional rugby. And as this kid is graduating from Central Washington University, had the ability to get drafted. He was the 2nd overall draft pick to NOLA to go become a professional rugby player. And it's this story of having kids pursue their passions without this expectation. They just for the love of it. And I'm repping Nola Gold because
Nola Gold, brother. Nola Gold, man. And one thing, I think that, people talk about, the curricular part of education. They in leadership, they talk about instructional leadership. They talk about, future focus, but the passion and grind, man. You know what I'm saying? It takes a strong work ethic to be successful, man. And it takes, practice makes perfect, man, brother. And you were repping Nola Gold. When I saw that, I was like, Chris, are you going to New Orleans anytime soon, right?
Nola's coming here. So
that's it. Nola Gold is coming there, man. So, hey, just one great story of how, as you continue to work hard and hard and hard as far as students are concerned, administrators, things just begin to open up, right? So, Chris, I know, that's a great segue. Chris, first of all, I want to thank you, man, just for that story, because that is a very inspirational story. So, Chris, this is really the first series of Chris. One, we can talk about motivation, passion, and then continue to listen to Chris, because now we're going to be going into the future focus. So, Chris, give it a little time, man. Now, let's go into some future focus work, all right? As we begin to continue this series on really future focus initiative programs for struggling students. Chris, I know you guys are doing some really great work out there. Talk with us about some of the amazing work that's going on out in Elma.
Well, I kind of started this conversation off as a rugby coach, so I'm going to relate it, because I'll be honest, I've never had a job more like coaching rugby than school district administration and being a school superintendent. I don't know if you know this, but one of the rules in rugby as a coach, you're not allowed to talk to the players on the field. It's not allowed. It's a penalty, right? So the whole goal requires that we've got everybody prepped. And when I was an administrator and I moved into the superintendency, it's that kind of approach on, are our administrators prepped? Have we harnessed their strengths? Have we harnessed their abilities to lead strategic initiatives? So coming into Elma was all about radical change. Right? We're going to come into Elma and we're going to commit this radical change. Radical change is not about me doing radical change.
Right.
Radical change was, did I harness the abilities of our administrators? And do I give them the trust? And are they passionate about the work, right? Because the work is hard work. And if you don't have passion to carry you through, then it's not going to get done.
Exactly.
So we have 5 goals.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a pre-K. We acknowledge that our kids are coming from us from a variety of areas. And the number one way to get our students back to, where we need them to be is to be passionate about bringing students in from a variety of backgrounds.
Right.
Second work is mastery-based learning. Okay. We need to get real about what does it mean to be successful. Right. We have a lot of things that define success that probably don't even contribute to success. Mm-hmm. 3, it's why we're here. We're building a pathway around career and college readiness. And do we know where our students are going, and have we connected our students with their passions so they have that passion to carry them through? Right. And the second are on our support structures. We're building a UDL model. We're going to be all about full inclusion. Right. And the second one is we're doing social emotional learning with our partnership and my friend, a man named Karan Omani, who wrote the book, The Brain-Based Classroom, also based out of Seattle. And he's working on neural education and actually how does the brain respond to social emotional learning. Right. We have 5 administrators leading each one of those 5 initiatives.
That's it.
So those are our strategic plans. So what can we talk about on those? Because I'm pretty excited.
Well, hey, man, let's do this, man. I mean, folks, if you are interested in getting more information from Chris, hit us up in the chat. Hit us up in the chat. We really want to make sure that we're connecting, we're connecting leadership, great leaders with great leaders. We want to make sure that we're connecting great ideas and with great ideas. So if you heard out of those 5 pieces, because in our next video, in our next series, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into one of those initiatives, right? So, but if you want to get connected with Chris, you want to get connected with what we're doing over at NDPC, hit us up in the chat, all right? So, hey, Chris, first of all, I want to thank you for all that information, man. The rugby coach information was brand spanking new to me, man. I'm a football player, but I didn't know much about rugby. But first of all, I want to thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your participation on this video, all right? And in our next video, the next time you see Chris and I, we're going to be digging a little bit deeper, all right? Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.